Are you planning a trip to Southeast Asia and thinking about places like Thailand or Vietnam or maybe Singapore or Bali? That's all great, but have you considered Cambodia?
Yes.
Because if you haven't, you need to. We just returned from a 3-week trip and we're going to tell you all about it and what you should consider.
Hi, we're Kevin and Teresa from Beyond Arrival, where we simplify the planning and amplify the experience. What that means is when we go to a destination, we stay there for a month or more, and we give people a lot of honest insights from on the road, from what we're actually doing to let you know what the experience is like.
That's right. And on this video, we're going to be talking about Siem Reap, where we just returned from a 3-week stay. We don't think you need 3 weeks, so there's our first honest tip.
Yes.
We strongly recommend 7 to 10 days. We're going to tell you why in this upcoming video, but also if you do think you might want to move there, we know people are retiring there, then go ahead and spend 3 weeks or a month or however long you'd like. But we think 7 to 10 days.
7 to 10 days is more than enough time to see a lot of things in Cambodia.
That's right. And interesting fun fact before we get started, we heard from a lot of tour guides and others talking about what Siem Reap means.
Yes.
And it means the defeat of Siam. So it kind of reflects back on the long history of Cambodia. So kind of fun that you have a little bit more information about Siem Reap now.
So why does Siem Reap deserve more time? Well, most travelers, when they come to Siem Reap, they spend 2, maybe 3 days. What we found is as we're exploring the area, some of the sites we visit by themselves can take 2 to 3 days. So you will need more time to really explore this area.
Yep, so a full week will give you that much time. And back to that 2 to 3 days, a lot of people we met kind of felt rushed, I would say.
I would think so.
We even saw some people that were there for just a day.
Just for one day.
I mean, more power to you. I personally could not do it in one day.
It's not the way we travel. We like to go somewhere we can really explore and see it and not feel rushed. Because by the time you do that, the visit's over and then you've left that location. So we like to stay at least a week or more.
And in this case, definitely a week. We're going to talk about those experiences in just a moment. But so if you're thinking about, should I go to Cambodia or specifically to Siem Reap? Yes, you should. I don't care who you are.
Definitely.
But specifically, if you're a slow traveler, add this to your list on Southeast Asia. If you're a digital nomad, there were actually quite a few co-working spaces there in Siem Reap.
Kind of surprising. But
and cafes, so a great fit for you. And then just anyone who's thinking about Southeast Asia, it's a nicely located place. We're going to talk about visa options in this video as well. So stay with us.
Yes.
There are experiences beyond Angkor Wat that are well worth your time when you visit Siem Reap. And we're going to do an entire video about Angkor Wat because it's going to need, 17 hours of your time.
Easily.
We can't wait to make that video. Stay tuned. So let's jump into the first one.
Chocolate.
Yes.
We went on a chocolate tour at this place kind of by accident. We went to see how the chocolate was made, see some of the local cuisine, and one of the ladies just came over and said, do you want to go on a tour? Like, sure. How much is it? $5. We are going on a chocolate tour.
A chocolate tour in Siem Reap, Cambodia.
Door number 3.
We have to go to the third door.
It was about an hour long, maybe an hour and a half. And you got to see all the chocolates that are handmade right there in that location. That was pretty phenomenal.
And it's a tiny little shop.
Yeah.
Hot.
Very hot. Be ready for the heat.
Yes.
Because they had an air conditioned section where you buy the chocolate.
Yeah.
Factory's not air conditioned. There's some fans, but be ready to sweat.
Worth every bead of sweat.
Oh my gosh.
Trust us.
Had so much chocolate.
And
it was amazing.
You got to taste a lot.
Everything.
And I would be remiss not to mention the artwork on the chocolate wrappers. I don't know if that's the right word, but so beautiful.
That's
and support a local business.
It was really nice.
Check out the chocolate.
Yep.
So moving on from there, we have the Beyond Pastry School, which supports, I'm going to say disadvantaged women from, I believe they come in from around the countryside maybe, but they train them on French baking. And so there's this beautiful pastry
shop.
Coffee, all the things. We went there twice.
It's an indoor-outdoor type space. We sit outside. Now, I'm not like a big pastry lover.
You are now.
These pastries were amazing.
That's so
it was
good.
really good. Yeah.
delicious pastries, and they also have like sandwiches and fruit and smoothies and
That's right.
coffee.
Yeah. So it's like a little taste of France while you're here in Cambodia. It was interesting.
All right, and what's the last one, Kev?
The last one, this was one of my favorites. It was a Popo Hero rats. They train rats to go out. It's kind of a sad story, but they train the rats to go find landmines that were left over from wars. Apparently, rats have an incredible sense of smell, and they're so light that they don't set off the landmines. And we went to that area. We support it's a nonprofit, and they have these rats that just go out and find landmines so that people and locals don't step on them and have limbs blown off or died or otherwise maimed.
And there's still, I think, I don't know how many, but millions of landmines still out there. So they're mostly in the countryside. So it's farmers who are affected and people living in the countryside. And how did we finish the tour?
Well, we finished the tour by, what was her name? Nina?
Yeah.
We had a rat in our hand. Now, these rats aren't like the normal rats you might see in other, they're big. They're like small little animals, small dogs, but they're very large rats, and we had them in our arms.
We got to hold Nina
on our shoulders.
Some of us were more excited than others.
The cute little rats. I'm like, I never thought I would say that, but the rats are pretty phenomenal.
So let's quickly run through those again. So chocolate tour, how much time? 2 hours?
I would say about an hour and a half to 2 hours for the chocolate tour.
Pastry, school.
Yeah.
Spend all day if you can.
Just go whenever you want to eat, have a good time.
I would suggest, based on our experience, go earlier in the day if you can, because they run
out
of
pastries.
The almond croissant, which we really wanted.
Yeah.
But however much time you need for breakfast or lunch, check the hours.
Yeah.
And then the rat place. How much time is that?
I'd say about an hour. A quick hour.
Yeah.
Yeah. They give you the history. They talk about why they have to do this because of the landmines, and then you get to experience the rats.
Yeah. And kind of bonus places, I would just say we love a good local grocery store. There was an amazing grocery store. Actually, it's the second one of this brand. It's called Angkor Market. But you can find anything there. We found a lot of staples. Of course, we were there for 3 weeks, but just know if you want to go hang out in a grocery store and check things out, we saw a lot of locals and tourists there in the grocery store.
Yeah.
Plenty of cafes, so you can go check out the cafes, and then a few artisan markets around town. So there's plenty to do. You're not going to be bored. Plus, with the heat, I think you're going to find that you don't want to do too much in any one day, and you're going to want to spend a lot of the hot parts of the day indoors or
shaded somewhere.
Make sure you get a hotel with a pool.
Yes.
Strongly recommend. Let's talk about what we ate for 3 weeks. Maybe not every meal, but we'll go ahead and jump in. We did not have a food tour, but we definitely tasted a lot of local dishes. The one that I ordered most frequently was called Loklak, L-O-K-L-A-K, Loklak. And I usually got the beef, but there were other versions of it. I want to say fish and chicken.
Yes, and chicken.
Not sure exactly, but it's slices of beef in like a reddish tomatoey sauce, but not
thinly sliced.
Yeah, thinly sliced. And an egg on top, a soft fried egg, like little runny.
Little runny.
Yeah.
So if you don't like runny eggs, be ready.
Yeah.
But if you do like runny eggs, it's delicious.
It is. I like runny eggs. Okay. So. And what did you want to talk about?
I ordered a dish called amok, where it's like a curry soup, and they have fish in it, pork, or different things. I ordered it with the fish. It was really good. But one of the things we notice whenever we go to a place in different restaurants, it'll taste a little bit different. They put their own personal touch on it, their own family recipe. But everywhere we went, the food was always good.
And we must mention there was a lot of rice.
Oh my gosh. We had every single dish, we had a side of rice.
Yeah.
And we're not like big rice eaters. It might be a side dish. Yeah. But it was a lot.
Yeah, lots of rice.
Be ready to have lots of extra rice when you get your meal.
We also had several chicken dishes. I won't give anyone a name, but it would be like chicken with rice or, garlic chicken or ginger chicken or...
Yeah.
The chicken there was yummalicious.
It was really good.
And we also noticed a lot of chickens being sold along. Like
Yes,
these were
along
fresh
the way.
chickens. Fresh chickens.
Well, back to the chicken and rice, it'll be just that, chicken and rice, no sauce or gravy.
Yeah.
So if you're used to getting some rice dish that has sauce or gravy on the side,
Yeah.
you might want to be very particular with what you order, pay attention, and then maybe get some type of sauce on the side for that, or a soup,
Or just eat your chicken.
or just eat the chicken.
Interestingly, just side note, we noticed on a lot of menus you could get frog, which
Yes.
we've had before.
Yeah.
We did not opt for it in Cambodia. Maybe we
No,
should
we
have.
just didn't. We
Yeah.
just didn't.
Frog's delicious. It tastes
Had
like...
it before, there was just no urge to get it. I would recommend, if that's something you want to do, have some frog. It's on the menu.
I think they probably specialize in it. Maybe we missed that.
I know.
Tastes like chicken in our experience, so
Tastes
get some
like
frog.
frog.
And on one menu, I actually opted to not go to this restaurant because they had snake.
Yeah.
And I felt like I was worried there were snakes in the kitchen, and I might have been wrong, but it just felt like
They probably won't be snakes that are alive, but yeah, they would have snakes in the kitchen.
They sure would. Alive or dead, I'm not going for that.
That's awesome.
And then we had a lot of fresh juice while we were there.
Oh my gosh, it was so good. Yeah. Like we would get watermelon juice, we would get pineapple juice,
carrot juice. Yeah.
Sometimes it would be a little bit warmish or like lukewarm, meaning they had these carrots in the refrigerator and they just juiced them right there on the spot.
Delicious.
So you're getting fresh juice.
That's
It was
right.
pretty amazing.
And the other thing to note is a lot of the food we ate was delivered. It is rainy season right now in Cambodia, which is also called green season. I haven't been here in dry season, so, but I would recommend green season because it was beautiful.
It would rain for a few minutes, maybe like an hour at the most.
Yeah.
And then it would just clear up.
Yeah,
So-
and it makes everything green, which is what they call it. The locals call it green season.
For a reason.
Angkor Wat, you'll see in our video, just a little plug there, just imagine there's greenery everywhere. Like
Everywhere.
the jungle is lush, the grounds have green grass, the trees are, fully leafed
Yes.
out. So I would recommend, and there's fewer tourists because they don't want to be there during the rain. We don't mind. Grab an umbrella, grab a poncho.
That's
You'll
right.
be fine.
You'll be fine. And
Yeah.
actually, the rain will help you with the heat because once it drizzles a little bit or rains a little bit, being that moisture helps you stay a little cooler as well.
Oh, and back to food. The reason we're mentioning this is because that meant we ordered in our food on Grab on the
Quite a
app
bit,
and had it delivered, which was super easy. It would be delivered to our rental property and we were all set.
Yeah, and the plus with this, again, here in Cambodia, when you order food by Grab, it's kind of the same price as if you tried to go to the grocery store and cook food at home for yourself. So we really didn't see a difference whether we tried to buy stuff or just order from Grab.
I think it's cheaper.
I think it is cheaper. And
We
it's
couldn't
definitely
make it
more
for that
convenient.
price. Yeah.
No, we couldn't.
It's a good note, and it was in our last video on Cambodia, but it's like $2 or $3 per meal.
Yeah.
I mean, they're normal size portions. Like
2-3 per person.
Yeah.
And when you combine them all together, we were spending between $9 to $12 for the two of us to get full meals, juices, delivered, everything.
Yeah.
It was amazing.
Let's talk about transportation.
Yes.
First up, the airport. It is a beautiful, shiny, new, gigantic airport, recently built, I think, within the last couple of years.
Last few years.
And it's a solid hour into town.
Solid.
So,
Be ready for that when you land.
with travel days like we have and 3 months of luggage, we choose rideshare. So we just use Grab. It's about $30. Great price if you need to travel for an hour by car.
Yes.
And we had the fantastic surprise that a lot of the cars there are Lexus SUVs.
Yeah.
So without even requesting it, Lexus and Toyota and whatnot, which again was on our last video, but we talk a little bit about how all the cars in Cambodia seem to be Toyota.
Toyotas.
So-
Some type of sedan or Lexus. Mainly Lexus SUV.
Yeah.
They're all over the place.
That's right. So once you're in town, what happens?
Yes. Then, if you want to get around, you can, of course, walk or take a tuk-tuk, which are like little vehicles that have maybe like a scooter attached to them and it's built out back to it that you get in. But yeah, we were taking trips around town, spending maybe up to $2 to $3, and that was it for rides all over town. You can't beat that. They're open. They usually don't have windows. They might have something like plastic you can pull down if it rains, but you are shaded as well.
Yeah.
And it takes you around town for like $3. You can't beat that.
And it was kind of fun having open air. Like
Yes.
it's like a convertible, but not because the sun's not beating down on you.
Yeah.
And you could do some great filming.
It's almost like a fancy sidecar, except you're behind the scooter.
That's right.
Instead of next to it.
Yeah. And if it is raining, you can just get a regular
Get a car. Get a regular car, use Grab, same way you would use Uber or any other ride share local to your area, and it'll take you around. Again, you're spending at the most $2-3 to get around town.
And the tuk-tuks are available on Grab, which was super cute.
Yes.
I loved, like, I would open the app, I'm like, there's a
There's a
tuk-tuk on
tuk-tuk.
here. Yeah.
The other thing, if you wanted to, you can actually get a scooter to take you around. And most of the scooters we saw, we didn't do this while we were there, but you can call the scooter using the ride share. They'll arrive to pick you up, and they have a helmet for you. So they'll give you the helmet, you put that on, you get on the back of the scooter, and they take you wherever you want to go.
Off you go.
Yeah. Now let's talk about visas, staying either long-term or short-term. So there's a tourist visa, and that's what we got for 30 days, and you can get at least one possible extension with the tourist visa. But there are a few others as well.
Yeah, there's something called the E-Class or Ordinary Visa, and it's extendable up to 12 months. So when you're applying for your visa and you do all of this online, you select which type you would like. And then once you're in Cambodia, you can apparently, we didn't do any of these things. So this is top level informational stuff for you. So this is another type of visa you can get. And then lastly is the ER visa or retirement visa for those of you actually considering retirement in Cambodia. So that one is renewable and flexible. It's for those of you over 55. Again, we're not visa experts. Please do not quote us on any of this.
Correct.
The only one we can speak to is the tourist visa.
Which we did.
Yes.
But we did the research. You did a lot of research, and
Yeah.
we looked at the visa that we felt was most appropriate for what we were doing.
Yeah.
And 30 days was more than enough time for our visit here.
Yeah, and if any of you have input that are watching and want to share with other people who are followers, go ahead and drop it in the comments, because I know I've heard from at least one of you that is planning to retire to Cambodia. So we would love,
amazing.
Yeah, if you want to share what visa you're getting to make that happen, that would be fantastic. So check out the visa options, and all of this is available on the World Wide Web.
Yeah. And also you can work with a local agent that can help you navigate the process as well. Just make things a lot simpler.
So some quick takeaways from our 3 weeks in Siem Reap, Cambodia. First and foremost, Siem Reap is perfectly located in Southeast Asia. If you're already making the trip from wherever your home country might be, don't overlook this amazing,
don't miss it.
Sweet, I'm going to say sweet, like it's sweet and charming
it
town.
really is.
And Angkor Wat may be on your list of sites. It's often the thing that draws people to Siem Reap.
That's right.
And it should be. If you have not considered it, please go research it and understand the scale and the beauty and the history of Angkor Wat. Like I said, we're going to do a video. Our next video will be about Angkor Wat. So please subscribe just so you don't miss that. But it is, the only word I have is spectacular.
Yeah, and one thing we can't stress enough is just how nice and friendly and kind the people are. Now, when you go into another country and you stay in the hotel, or you have a driver take you somewhere or eat at the restaurant, of course you're going to expect those individuals to be friendly to you for, whatever reason. But we were on streets, we were crossing the streets and walking around, and people will look at you because they can tell you're not from there. And then within like 2 seconds, it's a giant smile on the stranger's face. And someone like just wave real quick and you keep going by. And we were getting this everywhere we went.
Can we just quick, interjection.
Yes.
When we were at the last temple and the school kids were coming in.
Oh, yes. Yeah. We were at this temple and we were just walking around, looking at the place, seeing how fantastic it was. And we saw some kids coming up, and maybe like 5 to 10. And as they were going by, 5 to 10 kids.
They were so sweet.
As they were walking by, they all just started looking at us and waving. It's like, hi, hello, how are you? And kept going about their day.
But they were just so pleasant and kind. And they were grade schoolers.
Grade schoolers, yeah.
But they just were sweet.
Yeah,
So.
that's just part of the culture here. So we can't stress enough just how kind and nice and friendly and helpful the people are here in Cambodia. Now, the one thing we always say on different places that we go, but especially here, don't rush. Do not rush through this place. There's so many little hidden gems and little treats that you'll find. you need to take your time as you're going through Cambodia. Now, where we stayed, Siem Reap, that's just one part of Cambodia, but it already has us planning our return.
Yes.
I mean, it's just such an amazing place. It's hard to say too many good things about Cambodia. Now, once again, we are Beyond Arrival, where we help you simplify the planning and amplify the experience. So please subscribe and get ready for our next video.